Previously on Follow the Leader.
Today we're playing This Night on the Rooftops by C.M. Rubsat. For those of you who are new to the game, here are the basics. This is a game about gazing out over the smokestacks after dark, with the wind in your hair and 1,000 lights of progress on the streets below. This is a game about a friend at your side as you teeter along the edges of the Great Bridge, browsing the enchanter stalls that litter the cobble. This is a game about casting spells given by the elder demons to evade the city guard in case they send you to work in a factory, making you into little more than fuel for the ever-burning industry of metal that seeks to drive all magic from the world. This is a game about making friends with alleyways and pilfering pies from windows and toppling the works of those whose greedy hands stain all that they touch. This is a game about industry, magic, children, and revolution. The city waits for no one, but with a bit of trickery and a bit of luck, maybe it'll carve out a little bit of itself where you can be happy.
Sure. I am playing a gutter witch. It's hard to learn proper magic on the streets. Most go to an academy or become apprentices. You dropped out because of a lack of money or privilege, but you're coming to learn the drains have their own secrets. Her look is too wide hat and seeing eye toad, by which I mean she has a little bit difficult seeing, but I love her toad. Her toad's name is Dirt. His name is Dirt.
Beautiful.
And her name is Salmon, and she found it in a book.
I am playing the Tinker Talk. You have a job, kinda. If you show up to the factory, you get some pocket change, but more important is the chance to get some materials to build your own talks, little machines and projects that are equal parts art and engineering. My name is Click Flywheel. I'm a Tinker Talk. I have a heated overcoat, which is very useful if I ever go outside the walls, and an armored glove, which is very useful for handling hot things, of which there are many inside the walls. I desire stuff like a decent paycheck, or to show off my skills to an audience, or to build presence for someone else. I have a dependent, someone I'm taking care of, which is a small, fluffy, I think it's a dog.
I am playing the Soot Scrambler. You're a little demon, a student of smoke and brick and flame. You're not used to people like this, places where not everyone is out to get you, but you're getting help to adjust. This little guy, gender neutral's name is Ember, goes by they, them pronouns. Their look is wrong eyes and precious horns. I took precious to be cute, but also they could be made out of a precious material. Who can say?
Who could say?
Desires include lurking, have someone call you handsome, find a new family. But right now, my big thing is I want to mess up a place that is normally full of luxury. And my specific playbook question is to do with touch. And my favorite thing to touch is the roughest brickwork. Thankfully, this city has a lot to offer. Okay. I think demons maybe have a slightly different thing going on age-wise. Because they're not, like, fully human in the same way. But it's, like, equivalent of, like, that sort of precocious... 14 sounds good. Ish.
Mm-hmm.
That's the vibe.
Sure. And I'll be the oldest.
Okay.
By, like, just a little bit.
Okay.
Mm-hmm. Are you going to be our cool 18-year-old friend?
Not that much older.
No, I don't think you're a cool 18-year-old friend if your friends are 14 and 13 and 15.
That's fair, yeah. You don't want to be our cool friend who can buy us drugs?
Christ, Sam. So, Salmon's like maybe, 15? Click is like 16-ish, and Ember is the youngest at approximately the same age as they are. Shrug emoji.
Children.
Okay.
Their ages are an enigma.
Yeah.
We now return to your game already in progress.
All right. Does anyone have a scene they want us to start with? Unsure of what we've said that's been officially back on microphone. So this night on the rooftops has a number of different paths that you can take your story down. Each have varying prompts or tasks, different moves. Some of them introduce new characters or specific narrative beats. And you can utilize them how you like. They can be kicking off by something you may just do when doing freeform roleplay, or you can use them as scene prompts to start a scene. They're there as a tool for the players to use however they see fit. Just remember, somebody will be sort of the lead character in a scene, and we need to establish where in the city we are when the scene is happening.
Who wants to start?
Nobody. Go on, Sam.
Nobody wants-
I've been doing the. I've been leading, and you come after me in the turn order. So.
Fuck. Okay.
You also don't have to use one of the paths right away.
Okay. I kind of like the idea that we're storm watching, though.
Okay, that's
Like,
cool.
we don't have to pick up immediately with one of the paths, but like, I like the path.
Okay.
Sure.
So, storm watching. So we got to determine the nature of the storm, and that it comes with a couple of different moves. As with other No Dice, No Masters systems, as per our playbooks, we all have different moves. We have growth moves that allow us to gain tokens. We have chill moves that don't cost anything and don't gain anything. Then you have desperate moves where you need to spend a token to do them. These are easily forgotten about by players if FTL's history playing these systems is anything to go by.
Shut up. You're right, though. We're so bad about using our moves.
Just get lost in the source, and by source I mean freeform roleplay.
Truly.
So what's this storm, Sam, as you're leading the scene?
All right. I would say that it is probably a snowstorm because of the way things are in our current setting.
Reasonable.
For now, you are safe. The storm cannot touch you here, although it may in the future. If you all agree that the storm is coming closer, begin a 3 clock to when it arrives. While on this path, you have these moves. I think that maybe we'll start a 6 clock for it instead. Like, it's really far off. We're all up on the rooftops, watching a tiny little cloud way off in the distance that looks a little scary.
What's the other nature of the storm?
Darkness.
Okay.
Dark. What is that? What's that mean?
I don't know. It just felt right.
What would you like it to mean?
I mean, like, in one sense, like, if there's a storm, it means that, you know, the clouds cover up the whole sky. And maybe it only means darkness up here on the rooftops, but it could mean...
Is it like so high that it's blotting out the sun even from that far away? Like it's coming from the same direction the sun is right now, and it's like truly like miles into the air?
Yeah, that's a fun idea. Yeah, something like that, where it's like just in the right position that even though the storm cloud is really far away, it's just like casting a shadow on the city.
Is it like just you can see like just dark clouds and it's like it's just snowing hard, or is it like a snow version of like the Mad Max like sandstorm?
Ooh.
Where it obscures everything.
Yeah.
Yeah, let's go with that. Like the Mad Max sandstorm.
Mm-hmm.
Just this like fantastically large and dark storm.
Mm-hmm. Well, it's off in the distance for now, but
Yeah. And it may simply be moving past us rather than coming closer. If we feel, since it's the first move in the game.
No, it's good. There's no specific time frame.
yeah, I mean, it says for now you are safe. The storm cannot touch you here, although it may in the future. If you all agree that the storm is coming closer, begin a 3 clock to when it arrives.
Do we all agree that it's coming closer?
Do you think it's coming closer?
I don't know that it's coming closer at this point. But we certainly see it raging on the horizon. While on this path, we have these moves. We can either worry, relax in serenity, or revel in the pre-storm rain.
Well, there's no rain.
There's no rain yet.
No, it'd be snow.
It'd be snow, but by the time it reaches us on the rooftops...
Much more so.
Here's a question, actually. Are the braziers low enough or high enough that if we're up on the rooftops, does it reach us as snow and only turn into rain as it trickles further down into the city?
That's a fun thought. Like if snowfall is light enough that it becomes rain within the effective bubble of the city, and it's only when it's like heavier snow that it stays snow until it hits the ground, where the under street heating will just melt it away.
Yeah, I would think like there's like the walls are higher than the buildings closest to the walls of the city. But then the rooftops are lower there. And so probably as you get into the inner city, the braziers are less dense. Like they're dense around the wall, and they're probably dense around the nail. But then they're like more sporadic in other parts of the city. So depending where you're at, there could be some areas where like you can actually get some snow before it hits the ground.
Maybe it could pile up on the rooftops enough to throw at each other.
Yeah, but it'll be slushy even then.
Yeah. No, it's not going to be pleasant to throw at each other, to be clear.
No, it's like you scoop it and then like...
Yeah. Just incredible.
Is the dog here?
Is the dog here? Very important question.
Probably.
What is our friend's name? The dog, I mean. Does it have a name?
I mean, everything has a name.
We could simply call it Dog.
Which makes the fact that it may not be a dog even funnier.
Yes, yes. Thank you for understanding my vision.
Is it? What color fur does this creature have?
Dark or white? You think what? Well,
no, my brain was like, was it white? And it doesn't say anywhere in the descriptions that it would be white. I think my brain just goes to fluffy white dog, but I'm not saying
mine
it should be a
too.
white
Yeah,
dog. In this city, I don't think anything stays white.
like Snowy from Tintin.
Yeah.
Yeah, I do think it's like it could have been white to
At
start
one
with,
point.
and now it is.
Hasn't been white in a while.
Yeah, just because there's so many.
Just
Things
soot.
to get dirty.
And
Yeah,
it gets in the slush, gets in the water.
yeah. It is so like we're calling it a dog. It is a small, roughly football-sized like creature. It's got paws. It's got like you can see like it's like so fluffy as to be like ball like, but you can see like through the fluff is two little like glistening black eyes.
Mm-hmm. Very good, very good.
And like a mouth that like opens wider than you expect it to.
It's very dog-like. Normal dog behaviors.
This is giving me big fizz gig from the Dark Crystal. Not in a bad way.
Yes. This is exactly the creature that I was imagining.
Yes, good.
But like darker, like darker now. The eyes are darker. But yeah, like when it like the open mouth of like truly it's like it looks like just a little black cloud, and then it opens and like almost the whole of it opens to eat whatever it eats.
Yes.
Good. Oh my god.
Yes.
I love this creature. What the hell?
And his name is Trash Can.
Trash Can!
Oh, I love Trash Can so much.
We've had Trash Can 30 minutes. And if anything was to happen to it, I would.
Yeah. Absolutely.
Well, this is because my follow-up question was going to be, how do you get this creature up and down? But if it's the size of a football, easily.
Yeah.
Extremely easily.
Yeah. Absolutely. Yeah, he's like a skitterer. We presume he has 4 limbs
somewhere.
Yeah. But it mostly just it kind of like inches around almost like a caterpillar. But like also like but does like kind of like it's like it like moves when it moves very quickly, and you can hear like the foliage like little like like xylophone strikes.
Yes, good.
I love this. This is all a very important setup for this scene.
It does make noise. We would call it barking, but what it does is it goes like, ah!
I love Trash Can so much. He just yells.
Just like, ah.
Oh, that's beautiful.
Truly one of God's most perfect creatures.
I am gonna start off by using a chill move, which is give a friend something sweet and also a little gross. And what I'm gonna do is the friend that I am giving this to is, of course, Trash Can. I am gonna pick up Trash Can and give him a big slobbery kiss. Right in between his ears, question mark?
We don't see ears. We only see eyes. You could presume the ears to be anywhere.
Above his eyes. Just go, mwah. I love you, Trash Can. I think he said he loves me too, you guys.
Yeah, I mean, he said whatever he says. I think Click is watching the storm and kind of he's tapping his fingers on the edge of the wall, scrunching up his eyebrows, calculating. Like like you see him like looking at the direction that the snow in this area is coming from versus the snow in that area. And he's like trying to figure out if it's 2 different winds blowing it in 2 different directions, or if this is the edge of that storm.
I look to Salmon. It's like, well, if he didn't like it, he would tell you. And by tell you, I mean bite you. So.
Aw, Trash Can wouldn't bite me. He loves me.
He'd bite you if you did something to make him bite you.
I give him a little squeeze of a hug.
Amber moves up to the edge of the roof where Click is sitting. And regardless of what the weather is doing, Ember is always barefoot, has bandages wrapped around hands and feet for grip / protection, maybe.
Mm-hmm.
Filthy, covered to the knees in soot, you presume. Doesn't leave soot everywhere they walk, but there's definitely smudges of black everywhere, they've been rolling around or they've been rolling around or falling down chimneys. Regardless, many a smudge, because that's what they do. And I look at Click's face, and I look at the storm. I look back at Click's face, and I just rub the spot between his eyebrows where it's all furrowed, where he's thinking really hard. I leave a smear of soot there, because that's one of my chill moves, is smear soot on someone.
Incredible.
I love that.
And I'll be like, your face is going to get stuck.
You don't want to let your face get stuck like that.
That's not true.
Yeah, it is.
I mean, it'll leave lines, but...
What about those guys at the market?
Those guys are mean.
Yeah, their faces got stuck like that.
No, I think their hearts got stuck like that.
What's the difference?
One is effective upon the other. Anyway, I don't think it's coming this way.
No?
No. Luckily, the angle is... Yeah, no, it's going west. I don't envy those folks.
Mm-mm.
Can we see anything to the west of us? Or is it just empty? Maybe a burned out village somewhere?
Maybe, or forest or something. Does it feel like there's more of those these days? I mean, granted, my scope is limited. My scope of expertise is limited, but it feels like there's more of those.
More of what?
Storms like that.
I guess. Salmon's gonna also come up against the side of the thing and look out at the storm, kind of squint at it.
Oh, I see. You know where it might be going right now?
Where?
Is it could be going. I gotta remember what the name of it was. Because wasn't there a big storm?
Yeah.
That was one of the obstacles you overcame in the the Genesis Wood.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yep. That's right. Probably heading there. We don't know that though. We're kids.
Yeah. But yeah, I think we would see we certainly wouldn't see them from here, but the shape of the woods in the comic version or the cartoon version or whatever visual version, the viewer would recognize the same shape.
Mm-hmm.
Wow. At least she's not coming here. I don't know what would happen if something like that came somewhere like here.
Probably nothing good.
Definitely nothing good.
People that get stuck indoors. Even with the braziers, that's too much. That would be so much.
I bet it would bury the whole city.
Yeah. And then we would, once the, oh boy, Click just sits down.
But hey, I bet the canals would be really cool during that, huh? Maybe the canals would freeze over.
They would be full, that's for sure.
Yeah. Salmon just sort of gets lost in thought thinking about the canals overflowing.
I sort of lean round quick to look at you. She's really weird about canals.
Well, I mean, yeah.
They're really important to the city. And they're also just really important. Did you know there's frogs there?
How can they, I mean, it's pretty warm. Do they like the warm?
Yeah, I mean, I guess it's probably what stops them from freezing. Because if it's warm, it means that they can lay their eggs and stuff. Though they only do that in the stagnant pools, like the canals that get cut off. But then once they get big and get legs, once they stop being little tadpoles, then they move out into the rest of the canals, and then I can catch them. Points at dirt on her shoulder.
And what'd you do?
Well, I keep them, or I let them go again.
Then why catch him?
'Cause it's fun.
Is it?
Yeah,
Sounds wet.
it is pretty wet. Yeah, I'll give you that one.
It does sound pretty wet.
Look, sometimes you gotta get wet to have fun.
That doesn't sound right.
Sometimes the best fun you can have is just getting all down there in the muck, catching some frogs.
Ember, whose eyes glow like their namesake and is probably warm to be sat next to, is just like, face is screwed up like, my friend is so fucking weird, actually. like,
Mm-hmm.
like,
Well, I mean, yeah, wet's not good. I don't like wet. That's why I got my coat to keep me dry.
mm-hmm. And your umbrella.
And my umbrella.
Cowards.
Tough, because if it...
Excuse you. I get up at that point. Oh no, I just fully lean around Click and just like bap you on the the chest or whatever. Like, because you said you flopped backwards, right?
Yeah, 100%.
Just like, just blap, and you are just left with a smear of soot across your stomach.
I just sort of like I rub at it sort of ineffectively for a second and then just sort of shrug and go, that wasn't very nice.
You called me a coward.
It's just water.
It's just soot.
Yeah, okay.
Thank you.
I love playing kids. I think it's so much fun.
You know, do you think even with the storm going west, it's going to make things get a bit colder? Like, might not hit us, but it is.
Cold front?
I think Salmon closes her eyes for a second. You guys feel a little like prickle of kind of like lightning, but not actually lightning. It's just, Salmon doing her magic. And she goes, yeah, it's going to get a little colder, but not too much.
Yeah, that's something.
Nothing the city can't handle.
Mm.
Yet.
And Click just keeps squinting out at the sky.
Yeah. I feel like that's a good scene.
Mm.
Mm-hmm.
I like it.
Yeah.
Zach.
All right. I'm going to pick a path.
You gonna pick a path?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I think Cliff was like, all right, let's I feel called. Let's get inside and find a place that we probably already have, I would hope. Place around the fire. Or maybe just like a dumpster fire, like a trash can fire in an alley.
Mm-hmm.
Because I am going to tell some ghost stories around the fire.
All right.
We go to like a one of the like, well, not like an actual alley. They probably so like there's like this enormous furnace that burns forever under the city that is powered by the dark red flame, and there are pipes that bring that heat around throughout the whole city, and they have like valves and like spigots, like almost like a fire hydrant, except it's got fire in it.
Love that.
That is pretty cool. I like that.
And so, like, you know, then like fire hydrants, you can like open them up, and like on cold nights, like tonight, people can like crank it open, and like a little, lick of flame will just
like a stove burner almost.
Yeah, like a stove burner basically. And
what the book says. Everyone sit down. What have you brought to drink? What have you got to eat? Now is the time to get them.
Yeah. Do we have any food? Any special snacks that you've got? I mean, not Mindy.
Mindy.
Salmon.
Have it.
Love it. Salmon is very much like a very young Mindy with much worse habits. I feel like Salmon has brought like the yuckiest looking fish imaginable from the canals.
Oh, like catfish, like a bottom feeder kind of thing?
Yeah. I saw a catfish at the creek the other day. It was
fine to eat, just ugly.
Yeah. It's like a big catfish. Well, it wasn't big, but it was big for the creek that I live near. Yeah. Like, roughly, like, 2 handspans long. It's not, like, a big fish that she's found, but she does have food for us all. Suspicious as though it looks.
Good Lord. Well, I have rice cakes.
Rice cakes. Fish on the
rice is pretty easy. Yeah. Like the kind that you just like. Yeah, like the dried stuff.
Yeah, the like puffed and compressed
rice crackers, I guess.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I like that.
Ember has a little tin, and in it is like it's somewhere between like what we would recognize as like a matcha tea or like a chai blend or like one of those malt powders that you can make a drink out of. It's like warming flavors, and it's just a powder that you can mix with water to make the water actually taste pleasant enough to drink. I think it's probably quite common here in the city. It's like various things that can be grown with the humid environment. Like maybe that's some of the stuff that's been built down below. Like there's some magical lamps or like sun lamps that have been created that provide, or maybe it's just like the flame is like throws off enough light, and we've developed, or not we, the collective we has developed stuff that uses that light rather than sunlight. But it's like, I don't think you would find this in a place that wasn't either like Hearth or one of the other settlements like led by the Iron Gospel. But it's good for all things considered, it's pretty good. It's like a little bit sweet, and it's got like a depth of flavor that's nice.
Mm-hmm. I do think if you pull out this pouch of like powder, Trash Can like just looks at you.
What?
Ah, and like opens his mouth and his tongue lolls out.
I take a pinch out and just sprinkle it directly onto his tongue.
Yar.
I give him a little piece of fish. But I throw it into his mouth from far away.
Yeah, and it like fucking like there's like a true sound of like a trap snapping shut.
Yay, Trash Can! You did it! You caught it, sorry.
He said this like long like black tongue. It, like almost rolls out and like rolls back up.
I love the notion that
fucking creature.
But by this fire hydrant, as you know, literal. I like the idea that we've got there's like an overhang from a balcony on a building further up.
Mm-hmm.
And we've got like squirreled away, we have like almost like a sling kind of chair that we can hook over pipes. So we actually have something to sit on that's not the ground. Or a box.
Or the pipes.
Like, yeah, the pipe, you don't want to sit on the pipes because that's how you get burnt.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Pipes are really
you're either
hot.
going to stick to it because it's cold, or you're going to get burnt.
Mm-hmm.
But like it's solid, like oilcloth or whatever, strong that can handle the heat of it, or it's like treated ropes. And just but I like set up like our hammock seats while stoke a fire or get the fire going.
Click's gonna say, so looking at that storm made me think. Did you,
no.
Yeah.
Did it hurt?
No.
Rude.
That's only you.
She doesn't ever come back for that. She just like motions for you to keep going.
Continue. I have been burned. Continue.
Yeah, pretty much.
And he says, you ever think about it, what they say? About what's past the blizzard wall?
No. What do they say?
You heard of the blizzard wall, right?
Of course I've heard of the blizzard wall, but tell me about it anyways.
Well, used to be, before the winter was forever, that this land was part of the world. That you could go out and walk down a road, and eventually you would leave here, and you would be somewhere else. And then and past that was somewhere else. But when the winter came, when the fairies pissed off Lady Winter, she put up the blizzard wall. A storm as tall as the sky that you can't get past. It'll freeze you to death if you try. Past that, some people say, is the world like it was. A place where seasons still turn.
I don't know. I think the winter's been forever, like forever.
Maybe. I mean, it could also be that if you go past the blizzard wall, it just keeps going. That the blizzard is forever too. Or, and this is what some people say, that Lady Winter, she didn't change the place we were in, she took us from it. That where we are now isn't where we were before. And that if you go out past the blizzard wall, you just fall off. Because she took the whole world away. And you just fall forever.
I think while there's like Ember just sort of has been steadily shrinking in on themselves as you've gone on. And where they're like sat in the little like sling chair, they're sort of like pulling it tighter around themselves. And so they've sort of cocooned themselves. Like, they don't like thinking about being totally cold as it is, but I think the notion of falling off the end of the world and falling forever has freaked them out quite successfully. And I'm going to grab a token for getting scared.
Wait, if everyone dies who tries to go in there, then who's saying these things? Who knows?
Well, that's the thing, nobody knows for sure. These are all just guesses, hypotheses. Could be that some folks who have gone in and never came back, they got through and they didn't want to come back. What if what's out there is so much better than what's in here that no one would even consider going back to it?
I don't know. I think here's pretty okay.
Well, you've listened to the Young Gospel. It's way worse than it used to be.
I would say that Salmon is also a little bit scared by the idea of falling off the world, and to deal with that, she is just like, that's a load of horse shit. Do we have horses here? I don't know. Are horses fake in this world?
No. Horses.
They're horses. Yeah.
You said a bad word.
Well, you're among friends.
No one here is going to tell on us.
Yeah, I don't know. Do you think, what do you think's out there? Do you think it's worth going through? Worth trying? Or is it all just hooey?
I don't know. Sounds like a load of hooey to me. What do you think? Yeah. It's okay.
And they sort of like chew on their lip a little bit as they're thinking. Eyes sort of softly glowing in the dark of this alley. I don't know if I can be somewhere that isn't here.
Outside of Hearth?
Well, I don't want to leave Hearth if Ember can't come.
No.
I don't know, but if it's just snow and blizzard forever, that's awful. But I am what I am, and people don't like us here, but at least they understand what we are. And I don't know if that would be true everywhere else. Anywhere else.
Click thinks about that. There's like fiddles with his glove. I guess knowing is better than not knowing, or not knowing is better than knowing for sure that it's the way you don't want it to be.
Nod. Just 'cause Fire's place is in the hearth. And sort of like taps their chest. But that doesn't mean the whole world should be hearth. Or hearth should be the whole world.
And Click nods and he says, I don't like not knowing, though.
Maybe someday we'll find out. Without having to leave.
Maybe we need to find somebody that's come from outside. New people do come here. It's not just people that were born here or made here.
I bet we can find someone like that in the market. Want to go try looking tomorrow?
Or the witch.
I don't think the witch likes me very much. Scary.
That's true.
Is the witch from outside, though?
She's from outside the hearth, that's for sure.
Maybe the witch. Does that see?
Can be.
Sure.
Yeah. It's dark outside and quiet here and now. The only the stories is up to the city which parts will become real, but at least one always will. If you get too scared, step back from the scene or call an end to it. The night is long and the fire you've lit will burn for a good while yet. Until it goes out, everyone has the moves detailed at the bottom of the scene. Bottom of the path, sorry. But yeah, we...
Which I saw that you did.
Thank you. Okay.
All right. Much to consider.
Much to consider.
Not exactly a ghost story so much as a question about the world.
Little bit of a spooky story.
Little bit of a spooky story. Falling off the world sounds pretty scary.
Yeah.
I'm looking at the paths.
We could do a scene that isn't one of the paths if we wanted to, yeah.
Yeah. Some more elements of the world interacting with us.
Yeah.
I do like the idea, like, not going for full shopping, but after, like, morning rolls around, that we do head to the market once. And I love the notion of, it's so synchronized that the sounds of the shutters going up in the market, because it's all happening at once, it's like a loud clattering sound that like seems to ring out. So you know when the market's open because everybody's shutters go up at once.
I like that.
Like a thunderclap.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And we head down to the markets. Or over to the markets.
Yeah. I think it's a down and an over.
Yeah.
You think the market is multi-tiered, or is it just one plane?
No, it's multi-tiered.
Yeah.
For sure. I think where it's spread, because it's got that labyrinthine quality to it, and maybe it's like some of it is stands on top of stands, and there's like little inns looking like fire escape style ladders up and between them.
There's like pulley out elevators almost.
Yeah, for people that can't do the stairs and stuff. Yeah, absolutely. Gotta encourage capitalism.
Hell yeah, capitalism, says the child who was raised in the Iron City.
But yeah, so we're looking, and as we're sort of walking along, I've got I wear like a cowl kind of thing with a big like patchwork hood, and I pull it up. It's a way to sort of hide my eyes and cover up the little horns I have on the edge of my hairline. Like my skin is like ashy in color, so if somebody pays enough attention, but it's like it's a way to avoid immediately being clocked for what I am. So we're looking for somebody old enough to have definitely not been born here. Maybe selling stuff that isn't made in Hearth.
Got it.
All right.
Should we split up to look, or should we should stick together? Even as Salmon started to say that, she was like, I don't want to split up, actually. That sounds kind of scary.
Yeah.
Everybody hold hands so we don't get split up.
No.
Come on.
I can, here. Click goes into his bag and pulls out, these, like, they're leashes, basically, that, like, one clicks on his belt and he hands the other to click onto yours.
Excellent. if I have to grab and wrestle this onto Ember, I will do so.
I'll wrestle Ember.
I'm gonna wrestle Ember. I'll win. I'm bigger. See? Trash can agrees.
I don't know that that was an agreeing sound.
I think it sounded like agreement.
Ember allows this to happen for now.
Now you're stuck with us forever.
That part I don't mind. And I think as we're moving around, because we are a group of sus-looking youths, paying close attention and like looking really hard at the different merchants, I do think whoever does security, because there are definitely people do security, even though we didn't choose the aesthetic. There are definitely like people who wander around, making sure things are safe. You know, like a mall cop.
Yeah, our local rent-a-cop.
But I think we are mistaken for potential shoplifters. Even with the way the stalls are set up, if you're crafty, sure, or we could be like pickpockets. Like, either way, one of these guards has maybe started following us around at a distance. I don't know which of us notices first.
Cool, yeah, like a market guard.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Maybe they're like you've seen like the black armor on like the knights and people. Maybe this is like just he's got like just a little black breastplate and like mostly normal clothes.
Yeah.
And like a little probably like a truncheon.
Or that thing that's like the strong leather. Is it a cob? It's a small bludgeoning tool, and it's like made of leather. And it's
like
really...
a kosh.
Kosh, thank you. Yes, that was what I was thinking of.
I think either Ember or Click would probably notice, or Trash Can would be like,
I'm sorry, I laugh every time he makes a noise.
I just love Trash Can so much.
The power of creature.
The power of creature. Truly. I have the ability to talk to aquatic animals.
Never mind. Well, that means you can talk to your frog.
I can talk to my frog. Doesn't necessarily say that the animals talk back to me, but I do speak to the animals.
Fucking Dr. Doolittle over here.
Can't understand Trash Can.
But I think
I love him all the same.
Click, definitely Click, if not the others, know that, like, the pitch of Trash Can's noises, like, what means. This is important. I am hungry. Give me.
Yeah. So he says something is important.
Yeah, he's probably like looking, pointing his big old eyes at the guy who's like watching us.
So which one of you guys notices the cops first? Because it's definitely not Salmon.
Well, I was saying it was Trash Can, and Trash Can alerts us.
Oh, alerts all of us. Yes. Uh-oh. Time to run? Or do we pretend?
Why would we
I don't know.
He's just looking at us.
I don't like the way he's looking at us.
I think Click just kind of looks back at the guy and goes like does a salute.
I think the guard squints more intently.
Salmon's gonna also salute.
Click Click just like shrugs, like, "Hey, man."
I think for now the guard is appeased. Don't know how long that'll be the case, but maybe he does the full like, "I'm watching you, kids," and then just walks off in a different direction. Does the full eyes to eyes like hand gesture, and walks off in a different direction.
All right, let's go. I grab the leash and tug you guys in a direction.
Yeah.
I pull you guys towards some random old dude who seems to be selling little trinkets that look like
I don't know, maybe they're just made of materials that aren't metal
yeah,
or brick.
maybe they're made out of wood.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, like carved stuff.
Yeah,
Mm-hmm.
little carved wooden trinkets.
Aha!
As I pull you guys closer, I'll say something like, "This guy's super old, so he definitely was born before the city was here."
Huh?
Zach, you've got to do the voice of what's his face Thistledown that you were doing on Thursday for this old
Oh,
man.
God. That guy's creepy, though. Okay.
Well, maybe like a slightly less sinister version of that, but you know, the vibe.
Oh! Hello! Hello, little ones.
Hello, sir.
Hi.
Hello, ma'am. Hello. Would you like to feast your eyes and perhaps your souls upon these wondrous, whittled trinkets?
I look down at the trinkets and go, "Are you from outside the hearth?"
What? This one is a knight, and this one is a little train, and this one is a dragon.
Whoa.
I rest my chin on the counter. Like, Ember is short anyway, and we talked about how, like, all the counters are, like, pretty high up. So it's just sort of, like, resting my chin, and just, like, and I sort of sniff a little bit, and it's just like, what kind of wood is that?
This one, my sooty friend. And he's got these long, very nimble fingers, and he like kind of picks up one of like it's like just a statue of a like a cat, and he puts it so that it's like facing you, right in front of your face. This one is made from rosewood. This one from elm. This from birch. This one, ooh. Let me actually see.
Ember knows that there are different types of wood, has probably taught to other, like, fire and spot like demons, but has no idea what they are. And so this guy could be saying anything and making stuff up. But Ember at least knows that there's different kinds of wood, so clearly they're not all going to be all the same because they're different colors, and it's not because they're painted. So, just sort of,
yes,
like, looking at them very intently.
He pulls out a like a cup that has like got like these really intricate designs on it. This one was carved from bamboo.
What's that?
It's a sort of a reed of sorts. A tall. They grow very tall in thickets, very very far from here.
Have you seen that?
Not in a very, very long time.
But you have seen it.
But
you have seen it.
Oh yes. I've been all over. I've been to the groves in the east. I've been to the Stormguard Mountains, and I was on a bit of a tour of these lands long ago when some unfortunate decisions were made that rendered me unable to leave. But there was always need for whittling.
So you got the bamboo when you were far away, and then you brought it here.
Yes, this is actually one of the very last bits of it that I have left from that halcyonic supply run.
So, the world doesn't end outside the Blizzard Wall?
I mean, it didn't before. But I went out there. I was out there before it went up. Who could say now?
Wow.
I'm, weak and old, and I couldn't even consider to take on such a desperate journey. But the youth, so strong and determined, who knows what they could find out there in the storm.
Well, I don't know about all that, but
Okay.
I just the youth in the storm. I don't. That sounds kind of scary to me. Kind of a lot.
Yes. It's very scary. I'm scared of it.
Yeah. Okay. Cool. So if grown-ups are scared of it, I look at my companions and go, look, if the grown-ups are scared of it, that means it's probably real. That there's nothing past the storm wall.
I think you'll find, young lady, that grown-ups are often more scared than young'uns. Perhaps it is the perspective of age, that they understand why things are scary. But certainly doesn't help them change things.
I think Ember is just looking intently at one of these little carvings. What would they like? Maybe it's like a bird of some kind. Won't reach out to touch it, doesn't want to leave smears all over the counter or this nice man's sculptures, carvings, and also has no money. So it's definitely looking intently at it. Oh, it's a little crow because I might as well be on my bullshit.
Hell yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, maybe it's one of those ones that's carved, balanced wise, so you can rest the beak on a fingertip and it'll look like it's floating. It's just been, has ever encountered those sorts of little toys? Looks like that, little crow carving of a crow, and you can balance it on a fingertip and it will look like it's in flight.
Mm-hmm.
Staring at it, just I've got my hands in my pockets so I can resist the impulse to touch it.
Aww.
You like that one?
It's very pretty.
Well, I've got another one in ebony.
Okay.
Pardon?
It was sort of very strangled, squished sounding. Okay. It's like.
Mm-hmm. And he kind of reaches and he finds one that is already kind of black. And you hold out your hands.
I look to Click and to Salmon.
Click just shrugs, I don't know. Oh, this is getting weird.
Salmon nods, yeah.
Okay, well then this is me doing one of my growth moves of give someone your trust just for the moment until they mess up or until they hurt you, and we'll hold up a hand, hold it outwards.
And he's like, just one finger like this.
Copies what he's showing.
And he puts it on your finger.
Wow.
Whoa.
This is beautiful.
How'd you get it to do that?
Yes.
I have to assume magic.
Practice?
Oh, practice.
Obviously it's magic.
Oh no, physics.
What?
What?
What's physics?
Sounds like a kind of magic.
Physics. It is. It's how to say? It is the magic, as many people understand it, is the exertion of willpower upon the fundamental laws of reality. Physics is the exploration and study of those fundamental laws to work within them.
So it's magic.
Looks to Click, because Click is the smartest.
Click is nodding.
Okay. Okay.
All right. Yep. Well, if Click says that's cool, that's okay.
I think still like balancing the bird on something like Ember is patting down pockets to see if they have anything that might be worth trading.
Mm-hmm.
Pulls out like a little spool of copper wire. Don't ask where they pulled it from. Someone's missing it.
Mm-hmm.
Like a little spool of copper.
Ooh, now that's interesting. I think I could do some very interesting things with that. Would you be willing to part with it for such a paltry sculpture?
I nod, slightly overcome by the fact that this was enough to get the bird, which is the coolest thing I've possibly seen ever.
Mm-hmm. And then he reaches out with his long fingers and he takes it. And he does this like he straightens it in like this one long motion. And until it's like just a long stick of copper. This is good quality. Thank you.
You're welcome.
Yeah. I mean, this guy can keep hanging out unless something else happens.
That's good. It's good.
Good.
A generous merchant is one of the faces of the markets. Look,
Mm-hmm.
we got criminally profiled, and then we met a nice weird old man. I feel like this is a good trip to the market.